What is up, guys? How are we? It's KG Gaming here, and welcome back to My Paladin Life, episode 22. Same as the last few episodes, we're still in double experience weekend. I'm going to go back to a spot that we tried before, which is the Peninsula Tomb. Going to try it with drill bolts now to see how we fare with the extra damage there. I'm actually going to pop a boost as well, an experience boost to take it up to 375%, just because I've been watching some videos and people have been getting really good experience here. So I want to try it again, maybe be a bit more brave with the pulls and see how we get on. I'm just going to cut to the end of the hunt when I'm done, just because you've seen me hunt here. I've explained it. I don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over again and just playing the video over some music. When you've already seen the spawn, you've already seen the creatures that are there. I don't just want to keep putting out the same content in a way. Obviously I understand at low level paladins you're going to have to go back to the same place a couple of times over and over again, so although this is common, it's not necessarily content that I want to put. I don't want to keep putting out the same thing over and over again. I want to show you what I get up to every time I log on, just so you can actually see the progression. Hopefully no one's here when I get here. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try that. If it's not to everyone's liking, I am sorry. It's how I want to put the content out there, and I found that if I prefer the way that I'm doing it, I should stick to that, because I think the content will then be better. If I go to a new spawn, or if I feel like I needed to show something inside that hunt, then I will have the whole video played. But just when it's a normal hunt or anything like that, I'm just going to cut to the end, because it's a bit better, I think, doing it that way. With this double experience, it probably looks like I've played a lot, and I have, as I've said before, I try and get as much game time in as I possibly can. So I would have jumped up a lot of levels in this weekend. I think we started at level 57, didn't we? And at the moment we're 74, so there has been a big jump, which might seem like it's taken a big chunk out of the sort of series in a way, but at the end of the day, this is what you do in double experience weekends. You get as much levels as you can. So it's just one of those things we just got to do. I'm sorry if you feel like it's made the series a little bit shorter, but we're still going to have a good 20 levels left after double experience weekend to try and find a make up. And I want to do some of the killing in the name of tasks, and I want to try and do some of those questions in a way. So we're going to, once we get to level 80, we unlock Great Spirit Potions, which will open up a few different spawns to us. I want to try the Mother of Scarab's Lair, the giant spiders and things like that, and I do also want to go back to Bog Raiders and Yalahar, although they won't be boosted, which will be a shame. I do wonder if maybe with this extra damage I'll be able to push up a little bit, and we're not too far away now from the crystalline arrows at level 90, which increase our damage output massively, and you can go back to using imbuements in the bow. I think it's the Rift bow that we unlock, so we're going to try that. But I'm going to get into this hunt, guys. I'm just going to cut to the end, and I will see you at the end. Alright guys, bye. Just coming to the end of the hunt now. Really not that impressive. I don't know, maybe I'm just not pulling the correct rooms or something, I don't know, but even with the boost, where you're only peaked at 1.1 kk an hour, which is, compared to other spawns, not that great. You look at the Edron Vampires, and we were peaking at 1 kk an hour with no boost or no praise or anything, so, and we only profited, well, we're actually losing at the moment, so unless of course we get a few lucky drops here, I don't know, I haven't really enjoyed hunting this spawn. I really enjoy hunting it on maids, but on paladins I don't think it's that great. Maybe you guys can give me some tips or whatever in the comments, and maybe say, look, you're doing this all wrong, you just need to go to these rooms, etc. But I just felt like I wasted a lot of time walking from room to room. I don't know, but I'm glad I come back. Maybe I will come back just to finish off a couple of the bestiaries while we're still at this level range and it's still a viable place to come. But I don't think I'm going to come back here to hunt properly. I don't know. the fact that I used a boost as well, I just feel like I should be going to other places while I can. In all honesty, I don't really see this as a great option. For bestiary, yes, it's probably a really good one, but for experience, I would probably just rather go to other spots that feel a bit simpler as well. I don't know, but I mean, look, we profited 1k, which to me wasn't really that great. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.